No, Nana is no snitch. Nana is not Dobby. Nana has not got her socks yet. Say hello, Dobby.
Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Amara. We are currently building 2 mini guest house in Gambia. So today we are going to do some roofing. First off, I'll show you the blocks that we had done. Finally the guys showed up. So we called the block guys on, I think last week Thursday. Today is Tuesday. So it took them a while to show up. It's the same guys that came the last time to do the last blocks. I don't know what happened, but a lot of the blocks are a bit questionable. The blocks themselves look like they've been fasting. So we are 2 weeks into the holy month of Ramadan, which is an Islamic month of fasting. I'm going to use that as an excuse on behalf of the builders and maybe say that they weren't feeling it, because a lot of the blocks are kind of unusable. We've got cracks and splits and bits broken down from them. So it is a bit of a waste of money, obviously, and also a waste of materials as well, and time, because it did take them a while to get here. But there's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to have to see how many blocks we can salvage and use. So we're going to be using those blocks to build the walls that will separate the tiny bathroom from the tiny bedroom in both houses. So there's going to be one over there and also one over here. And then we will also use those blocks across the back wall here, which is going to separate the guest houses from the rest of the yard. And also we'll have to use some to build up the front entrance wall to go up to the height on either side. In the end, we might have to get some more blocks made. Don't know now how we're gonna get, if we get the same guys or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. So anyway, today we are going to do some roofing. We've done all of the woodwork for one side of the building. So all of the wood has gone up for one side of the building. The side we're yet to get to. So whilst it's up, and it's kind of early morning, the sun's starting to get a bit hot now. Today, hopefully, we're going to get the roof sheets on, the roof panels on, start securing the building away from the weather and the rain and whatever. So yeah, today is roofing day. Well, another part of roofing day. Okay, let's get some roof sheets. You can just get out of the way. So we've got our roof sheets. They're a bit dusty. I've been told to be careful because they're really sharp on the edges. Obviously, I don't want to slice my hand. So I have one glove. The other hand doesn't have a glove because I lost the other one. But anyway, start taking some of the sheets across to the building. Then I can start passing them up. I'm going to need both hands for this, sorry. It was actually unbearably hot that day. I'm not sure if it's because we were doing roofing or not, but the heat was just insane. So what we ended up having to do was everything that was metal would just get so hot, so we'd bring the ladders down periodically and just douse them in water to cool them down and then put them straight back up so that we could carry on roofing. So there you go, we have a roof done. One side is done, we've done a roof. We're officially roof people, I guess. I don't know, probably not. So we have the roof done. The next part of doing the roofing, I'll show you inside, is, do you see these gaps here where the roof meets the building? Obviously where the wood sits on top, you get a gap all the way across. So what I'm probably going to do is, these little bits of block, I will stuff them in and plaster it smooth, so kind of rebuild up the wall up until that edge, so that we have zero gap going across. So that's probably what I'm going to do next. It is not a job that I enjoy. It's one that I have done before. It's really hot underneath the roof. So yeah, that's definitely something we're going to have to do next, but I'm kind of running out of cement. We have only a few bags left, so we're waiting for the guy. We've called a guy for sand, the tractor guy. He's going to come and he said he's going to bring the cement with him as well. So we're waiting on him, not to do cars and bikes, so just ignore the stuff behind me today. We are waiting on the guy to bring the sand, and he's also going to collect the cement. We've been calling him for the past week now, and he's kind of not answering his stuff, but yesterday we called him and we got through and he said he's bringing it today, so hopefully that should show up soon. Once that does show up, we can then get back to cementing and plastering and building walls and all that good stuff. So in the meantime today we're going to carry on with the roofing. I have finally finished mouldering all of the sticks of wood, so we're going to start the roofing on the other side, on the other building. Yeah, we were waiting for the blocks to finish like setting. You get blocks made and then you have to water them for 3 days and then they're able to be used after that. So we were waiting for those to set whilst we then ran out of cement. Today we have blocks, the blocks are set and ready to go, but we still don't have sand and cement, so there's nothing to kind of put the block work together with, so it's a bit of a shame. We're going to do roofing, we're going to do the other side of the roof. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so it is the end of the day. We are thoroughly tired. So we've done the base wood that's gone up and also the slats that go long ways across the house. So we're going to put the rest of the slats going the opposite direction that are going to hold the corrugate. We're going to do that tomorrow. Alright, so I'll see you then. The sand guy just called, the guy with the tractor, and he said that he'll be here in the next few hours. He's going to bring both of our sand and also, I think it's 10 or 20 bags of cement. I can't remember how many we ordered, but he's going to collect them for the shop for us and bring it. So they should be here in a few hours. So we've been waiting for a few for a few days, almost a week now, to get them delivered. So it's obviously delayed us a little bit, which is why we then went on to roofing the other building. So today we're going to hopefully wait for those guys to show up, and then also we're going to finish roofing this side of the building. So we managed to get all the framework done, so the sticks going all the way, lining the whole perimeter of the top of the building, and we managed to put the lengths of the slats going in that way. What we're going to do next is we're going to put the slats going the other way, and those are what will hold the car gate on top. That's what we're going to aim to do today. We'll see how much we get finished. Thought I had tractor then. No. So you might have noticed that the roofing on that hand side, which would be the right hand side, but if I turn around it'll be the left, on that hand side is a bit different to the roofing that we did on the left hand side. And the reason for that is, do you remember in the last vlog when we put not the last vlog, in the last a few vlogs ago, what we ended up doing was we noticed that the building, this side of the building, was slightly higher up because the ground level is lower. No, what? Right. So because the buildings are on a slant, the ground on this side is lower down than it is on that side. So to get the buildings the same height, this one ended up looking slightly taller than this one. So what we ended up doing with this one, if you remember, is we just put the wood directly on top of the concrete building and we strapped all the pieces down and we made a roof. However, with this side, because it now looks ever so slightly lower than this side, because of the gradient on the floor, what we've basically done is we framed the building, which we didn't do on that side, and obviously then we've got a bit more height. So it's just a way of raising the roof up without having to put, like, I don't know, like half a block extra all the way around the whole building, because that would have taken time and effort, and it's just easier to do it with the wood. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but essentially what it is one building looks taller than the other, even though they're both the same height, because the ground's not level. Once the facing board goes around the edges of the wood and makes it neat, I think it will then make sense. Hopefully it'll make a lot more sense than what I'm explaining. I'll show you when we get there. So whilst we wait for the sand and the cement to show up, we're going to finish off the beams for the roof, and we're also going to start putting sheets up. It's the same process as the other roof. We're doing exactly the same thing. Obviously we have that extra piece of wood, but other than that everything is pretty much the same. So on your marks, get set. Oh, what was that?
That was a gun.
Maybe someone's hunting. Bit of a problem. So let me just bring your attention to this wall. So on this wall we've got a bit of the old bird turd. We've got some of these like little stick bits, like remnants of bird nests, some feathers also going on. And the problem is, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it because the sun's kind of directly over us, but right, basically that right there is bird nest. Bird's nest is directly over the roof. That might be a problem because in rainy season a couple of years ago, one of those nests actually did fall down, and they are quite big and quite heavy. So the birds that make that nest are a little black bird with like a white beak, and I don't know its name, I'll probably Google it. And they're really, really noisy, they make loads of noise, but they're migratory birds, so they're here in rainy season. You'll hear them in like later on in videos that I film in rainy season. They make so much noise. So they're away right now, they're migrating. So the nests are empty right now, so now is probably as good as the time as ever to get rid of some of them. These are the branches here with the bird's nest on them. That, although from here they look a bit further away from the building, from inside the building, that one especially is overhanging it. So we have a bit of an issue there. Now if we just take down the nest themselves, that would solve the problem for now, but the branches and the limbs of the tree are still there. So if they did come back, like they've done over here and also over here, and they've got some other ones down there, and then they just make a nest on this branch, we'd have the same problem later on. So we're considering taking the limb from the tree at that knuckle there where it joins to the tree, but the problem is getting all the way up there. Both our double ladders only reach up to about there, and then you've also got that section there to climb before you even get to the limb on the tree. So we decided the best thing to do, since we were already out here, would be to continue roofing with the roof sheets and get halfway across the building and then just kind of stop. At that point we're going to just leave it, and then in the meantime find someone who can help us. It is a bit of a setback, especially since we're already out here, but we're just going to have to carry on with it.
I struggle.
That's what we thought. Every day, man, I feel struggle up here. So, it's not something I want to pay people for help me. You know. It's just true when you pay them. And I'm going to take the piss out of you. And then I'll do the job when you pay them for. And then you have to beg them to come back. And work here. So, you just do it right and then just. Do it thyself. You see what I'm saying?
So with that, we just went back to roofing. There's nothing else we can do for the moment, so we put up as many sheets as we can until we reached halfway across the building, and then we stopped and called it a day. So then we called around and spoke to a few people, and we've managed to find a guy who said that he should be able to come out and sort the tree for us, but that will be in the next vlog. This one's getting a bit long. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the self-build process so far, and we will see you in the next vlog. Bye for now. Before I forget, I did a bit more on the tortoise little cementy thingy thing, but his head might just fall off. I'm not really sure if it's going to stick, but we'll see anyway.